The further we went, the drier it became. The bushes became shorter, less green. It was more of loose rocks everywhere. You tend to think that if I over-prepare, the altitude won't affect me. But the altitude is like, an even player. It affects anyone.
Strangers started out together on a journey that many dream of, but few dare to attempt. और उन्हें साथ लाया Kingfisher Blue Mile Mission Everest. जो सफर हंसी मजाक में शुरू हुआ था has now become seriously challenging. Some of them were perhaps not prepared for what lies ahead.
The temperature in my room this morning was 2 below zero. There are people on this team who've never seen snow, let alone spend the night in sub-zero temperatures. Everyone is beginning to feel the high altitude effect. But spirits are high. Keep watching Kingfisher Blue Mile.
I think the toughest part was I was a little overconfident. I thought just because I had a little bit of experience with the mountains before in high altitude, and I never suffered altitude illness ever. So I was kind of a little cocky on that aspect. I thought I wouldn't go through that, and I suffered from altitude illness. So that caught me completely by surprise.
Our dream team has to walk for 8.5 kilometers today. But 4,000 meters का मार्क क्रॉस करने के बाद हर कदम लेने में सांस फूल जाती है. Your body and mind don't always work in sync.
It needs to be in good health to handle the changes that you experience every time as you go higher and higher. So yeah, what I've been following is I've been hydrating a lot and having good and healthy food and trying to have an appetite every time.
The extreme cold combined with sustained winds of up to 150 kilometers per hour can cause frostbite and hypothermia. But there are some on the team who are using a completely different mantra to get by this arduous journey.
My mantra has been music, a good pace, the most important. Please enjoy that is everything around you, because that is what will take all your exertion away. Because when you start seeing beautiful mountains around you, you will get to know that all the trekking that you've done so far has been completely worth it. So enjoy things that are around you.
It's good for the mind to be in high spirits, but what's critical for the body is nourishment. And the Sherpas made sure that the team had the right kind of food to eat. While the 9 had to walk with light bags on them, these mighty mountain men carry even the kitchen materials on their backs. Fresh food that's piping hot is an unmatched luxury on these terrains.
Main course में cheese sandwich, egg beans,
and a small break. Today's trek is relentless, steep with random outcroppings of rock that can slip you up. ऐसा लगता है कि अपने पैरों पे तो बेड़ियां लगी हैं। With no forests or settlements in sight for miles, you can see the path till the horizon. The endless winding walks. कुछ लोगों के लिए तो यही काफी है for their spirits to break.
I think that was the third or the fourth time where I felt that my body is completely giving up. It was not exhaustion. It was just that you couldn't breathe properly. Your body, you feel that your body is not getting enough air supply. Your ribs are paining because your lungs are working overtime. It was kind of very difficult at that point in time.
आज के दिन अंकित की हालत काफी खराब होने लगी, but there is no option on a mountain but to go on. अब जोश ढलने लगा है. Each step here on will be a matter of willpower. But are all these first-timers strong enough to face what's ahead? Even a super fit person like Gul manages to move forward, not just because of physical, but mental strength. Not to say that physical fitness is not a key.
Anybody who wants to head to EBC, the most important is be fit, be cardiovascularly fit. Do a lot of cardio workout before you try to, or even plan to come out here. And they are very different things. What happens at lower altitudes and when you're climbing up steep is there's a lot of work that goes into your leg, and your lungs starts to expand so much because you're trying to make your body come into sync, and your heart rate and your breathing motion and everything comes into sync, and then you suddenly see a set of stairs going up, and they're never ending stairs, mind you, but they just go up, and they go up at a very steep rate. So take your time, pace yourself. Even if you have to be the last one, it's not a competition. Stay back, get your breath back, and then start again. Do not exert yourself.
This trek will always have a special place in my heart because this was the first time I have completed such a steep ascent without taking a single break in between. I was able to complete the entire 230 meters trek in around like 40-45 minutes with a friend of mine, Vikas. We were able to complete the entire 230 meters in like say 45 minutes.
After a tough ascent like this one, reaching these stacked stone memorials is a reminder that this is no ordinary journey. The Kingfisher Blue Mile team is treading on the paths where greats like Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay once walked.
This place has a very solemn vibe to it, a very solemn feel, a very solemn energy, because all around me are memorials in memory of all those who died while trying to climb Mount Everest. So every time one takes a step, one is exhausted, one can't go any further. You come here and you realize that you are small compared to the bigger people here who tried to go all the way up and made the supreme sacrifice in the name of exploration. And that is an amazing feeling. It's very inspiring, while at the same time it's very humbling. And all your troubles just fade away being in a solemn, sacred place like this.
Yeah, so I decided to come here and take some photographs and carry some memories home and tell my parents that I actually was at the memorial site of Scott Fisher, one of my favorite mountaineers.
Coming up on Kingfisher Blue Mile.
Me and my friend, because we both were totally exhausted after the climb. So, and I only remember sitting beneath the shade of a stone thinking, okay, let me catch my break, and I fell asleep.